How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. This week is hands down the Irish's biggest test to date in this 2015 season. The Irish head down south to Death Valley to take on the Clemson Tigers. Now, before I get to the preview, just got to say one thing. Savage Tiger and Clemson owns. If you guys are watching, which I'm sure you will catch this, caught both your videos. And I know as you're watching, you're probably thinking that, oh, look, Sean's going to rip into us, call us names, talk smack, and whatnot. No, not at all, guys. That's not what I'm about. As a matter of fact, I commend you guys for being so passionate about your team and backing the Tigers the way you do. I mean, smack talk is a part of college football. I get that. I have no problem with it. That's what makes college football a lot of fun. You want your team to win. I get that. So I have no problem with that. Now, Clemson owns, this doesn't really apply much to you, even though you did make mention of Notre Dame being an arrogant fan base and all that. But Savage, this is more towards you. I gotta say, man, and I'm not sure if you were joking about this just to get effect in your video or stir stuff up, or if you really do feel this way. But the stuff that you said about Notre Dame representing something evil and that we're all just all of us in the Notre Dame fan base are just a bunch of arrogant Catholics who are hypocrites and portray the squeaky clean image and commit adultery and don't practice what we preach. And I don't understand the inbred part. That threw me for a loop. But you said a lot of dark things there, man. And I will say this. Are there arrogant fans in the Notre Dame fan base who are full of themselves and think they can do no wrong and are complete fakes who portray this squeaky clean image? Yes, there are. But you know what? The thing is this. There are people like that in every fan base of college football, including yours at Clemson. So you can't just say it's just us. There's fans like that in every single fan base of college football. Now, myself, I'm not even Catholic. I'm a Missouri Synod Lutheran. I just happen to be a fan and support a Catholic university. So, no, I don't go to church every Sunday. But the thing is, no human beings are perfect. We're all going to fall short of the glory of God. Romans 3:20 to 3:23, and I think it even goes into 3:24 as well. So, yeah, people screw up. People are sinful. We're naturally flawed at birth. So I hope that answers your question. But this talk of arrogance amongst Notre Dame and how we think that we're better than everyone, that's not true at all. The majority of us, we respect people of the opposing teams. I can tell you, myself going up to South Bend for 18 years to Notre Dame games, I've met a lot of fans from opposing teams that we played, hung out with them, a lot of great people. And clearly, Savage, you've never been to South Bend before. Because I think if you had been there, you wouldn't have said the things that you did. Because I guarantee you, if you go to South Bend, which I know Clemson's due to come there sometime down the road with the ACC agreement, I guarantee you, if you go there wearing your Clemson gear and you interact with Notre Dame fans, this is what will happen. They'll say to you, "Oh, you're a Clemson fan, huh? Cool. Well, welcome to Notre Dame." And they'll extend their hand out to you and shake your hand and get to know you and talk to you. That is the experience that it's like at South Bend. And maybe that's easy for me to say because I'm a fan, but I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've welcomed fans there from opposing teams. So clearly, like I said, you haven't been to South Bend, and once you do, you'll have a change of heart. Or a change of view on that. But like I said, there's crappy fans in every fan base. And Notre Dame, we're not like a certain school up north that will throw beer bottles and beer cans at you just because you're a fan of the opposing team. And if anyone tries to dispute that from that team that I'm talking about, I know for a fact that it's true, so don't argue with me. But look, I've not wasted, but I've gone on for 4 minutes about that. Let's get to the preview of this game. Now, my opinion is this. Do I see this one being a cakewalk for us? Absolutely not. I've seen a few videos of, people commenting and saying that. No, this is going to be a hard-fought game from start to finish. Um, I do honestly see this one being a close game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means. But keys to victory for the Irish are this. And I know a lot of people have said this already, but I'm saying it too, and I can't stress it enough. The Irish have got to win the game in the trenches. That's where it starts. So far, our offensive line, they've been great all season. I mean, our rushing numbers prove that. They haven't allowed many sacks. I don't know the exact number of sacks allowed, excuse me, but I know it hasn't been many. They've been stellar so far this year. Defensive line, they've been doing well. They've been doing pretty well too, even though they've had a few rough outings. We know that they're capable of putting the pressure on, and they're really going to need to do it against that Clemson offensive line for sure, which is a very talented group. So got to win the battle in the trenches. Offensively, have to play mistake-free football. Protect the football. I mean, I say that damn near every preview that I do, but it is a key fundamental to the game that can't be stressed enough. DeShone Kizer, even though he's only a couple games in as the starter, he's got to continue to progress and play sharp, make smart decisions. The running game, CJ Prosise, he's been kicking ass all season long. He's got to keep it up. Which again, the offensive line, they got to keep opening the holes for him. That's why he's had so much success that he has. Same for Josh Adams, Dexter Williams. Both of them had breakout games last week. So got to get the run game going, especially in this one. As far as passing goes, I think one of their top safeties or corner, I forget what position he plays, but Curse, I think is his name. Very classy guy, by the way, from what I hear. Very talented too. So we gotta find a way to beat him as well, and the rest of that Clemson secondary. But defensively, we've got to step our game up big time. We've been able to get away with it so far this season, but we've got to get more pressure on the quarterback. We have got to get efficient in our pass coverage, which has been shaky at times. Also, we still continue to struggle with getting fooled by trick plays. Happened at Virginia. Even happened Georgia Tech a couple times too. So we gotta be on the lookout for those trick plays. And on top of that, we have to quit giving up the big plays as well, because that's came close to hurting us a couple times. So we've got to step it up on defense every phase of the game, especially in the secondary. Talking a little bit about Clemson, offensively, their biggest weapon is quarterback Deshaun Watson. Even though they've based on the schedule, they've had a couple of I guess you'd say cream puffs on there. He's still a good quarterback. I mean, even last year, up until his injury, he was performing very well. Numbers don't lie. He's a very talented quarterback that is going to give us quite a test out there on Saturday night. Defense, and this is again talking about the trenches. Clemson has a very talented defensive line, and I saw a little bit of that when they played Louisville, led by what's his name? Lawson, is that his name? Deshaun Lawson? Please correct me if I said the name wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's Deshaun Lawson, one of the most talented defensive ends in the country. This Clemson defensive line knows how to bring the pressure, so our O-line has got to step its game up. Because this is a defense that is very talented and does have some NFL talent on that unit for sure. So we got to be ready in all phases of the game. And so with that said, I think I pretty much covered the basics. Now time for a score prediction. We do everything efficiently. We play our A plus game. We step it up. We play mistake-free football. Protect the football. No turnovers. As I said at the beginning of this video, it's not going to be a blowout. But I see the final score of this game, I see being in the range of like a 35-28 score. And that's what I see this game being. Notre Dame 35, Clemson 28. It's going to be just again a matter of a case of who wants it more. Now, Death Valley, we all know, is a hostile environment, but the Irish, I know, are up for the challenge. I'm confident that the Irish can come out of this one with a victory. So, with that said, guys, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. And as I always say to all of you, God bless and go Irish, baby! Beat Tigers!